Never punch down. Take 0. All right, so I'm getting all these DMs, so I have to shoot this video. I'm getting all these DMs from members of the community saying, hey, there's this guy who's posting a lot of like really inflammatory stuff about you. Like, why is it you're not saying anything? So I'm going to respond to it now. This will be the only time. This will go on LinkedIn and go on YouTube, but I'll kind of explain like how, you should handle these kind of things. So there's a guy who has been a member of the Industry 4 community for a few years. I have tried to mentor him. Recently, say in the last year and a half or so, he's really just gone off the deep end. He's burned bridges. He posted shit on LinkedIn from his former employer that he was like legally not allowed to do. He got he had cease and desist letters. He's essentially trying to become a martyr. He's a person who is choosing to become a martyr, and he has a right to do that. Okay. Recently, I'm pretty much the only person left in the Industry 4 community who's even engaging with him. I mean, his posts are becoming more and more inflammatory. I've had a ton of people reach out to me and be like, hey, Walker, why are you even commenting on the stuff that he's posting? And the answer is because I'm the last person who gives up on someone. I don't give up on someone until they give up on themselves. And while I have a reputation for taking on big corporations and calling it like it is, I have a rule when I publicly go at someone, and that is it needs to be a fair fight. It has to be a fair fight. I have to give them a chance to defend themselves. They have to be somebody who I believe could defend themselves. And they can't be somebody, like I'm not going to pick on somebody who's got mental health issues. I'm not going to pick on somebody who is suffering from substance abuse, or you know what I mean? And we've had some of those. Like we've had guys who were going back and forth, and then we realized, oh wow, this guy's like, he's got like a major drinking problem, or obviously he's not well. And I'm not going to punch down. I mean, it's just not going to happen. Nothing good comes from it. It's not moral. It's not what good people do. All right. So recently what's happened is, I went to a show. This guy who's been doing these posts, he's been following me on social media, and he's gotten upset that about things I've said politically. Like I've openly admitted, I am a right of center person. I'm a registered Republican, but I vote my conscience. I've talked about that's what you should do. That's what my dad told me to do. It's what I do. I've voted for Democrats and Republicans out throughout my entire career life. I've never voted. This will be the first year I ever vote straight red. That is like I'm voting for only Republicans in this election. I've already selected all the candidates, and there are no Democrats in that list. He somehow he believes that because I don't believe what he believes, that somehow I'm a bigot now. And he did a post. He came to an event and protested. He specifically called out, asked a question on a panel I was on about open source, and I responded. Nobody else on the panel wanted to respond to it, and I said, I'll do it. I mean, it was hard to watch, if I'm being honest with you, because I genuinely care about this guy. I really do. I'm not going to mention him. I genuinely care about him. I'm hoping these videos will stop you guys from sending me DMs wanting me to respond. Okay? I genuinely care about this guy. He's gone off the deep end. All right? He wants to be a martyr. He's obviously struggling mentally. So what I'm going to ask the community to do is to just stop engaging. I have made the decision. I'm the last person. I had many people reach out. Stop engaging with this guy. Just block him, blah, blah, blah. And I have since made that decision. He said he's posting things about me that are not true. He doesn't know who I am as a human being. For some reason, he believes that because I believe in family values, that I believe children should grow up in strong families, that somehow I'm a bigot. Well, I never said that they need to be heteronormative families, because I don't believe that. What I believe is that children need to grow up with two parents. One of them needs to be masculine and one of them needs to be feminine. If they're the same gender, if they're the same sex, that's fine. In fact, one of my biggest issues, one of the reasons I supported Barack Obama in 2008, and is because I believe in people should be able to marry who they love. Okay, I'm a Christian and I believe that. Okay, and there are a lot of Christians who don't agree with me. There are Christians watching this right now who are mad at me that I just said that. I believe that Christ calls on us to love everyone. I believe that there's no hierarchy of sin, that we are all sinners, and that as a human being, none of us are justified to point out the sin of another and do that from a self-righteous position. I sin less than you. First of all, there's nothing in the Bible or in the New Testament that says we're supposed to do that. It says we're called to love. It says we're called to love. It says we're called to represent the kingdom of Christ. That's what it says. Okay? So the things he's saying about me being a bigot are not true. Simply not. Our lawyers, we had to forward the message to our attorneys. Our attorneys have made it very clear that what he's done is slander and libel, and that we could go and silence him. We are not going to do that. Okay? This video is against my lawyer's legal advice. I'm doing this video because it's the right thing to do. Okay? My message to you guys is this. Never punch down. Stand up for yourself. Okay? Make your case. Never punch down. Okay? I will address the specific issues that he's called out. He says that I'm anti-open source. I'm not. The argument we're having, the debate is open source a prerequisite for digital transformation? The answer is no, it is not. You do not have to select open source technology as a prerequisite to successfully digitally transform. Those are the facts. The data supports that. I don't care how it makes you feel. Okay? Is open source good? Yes, it's wonderful. I use open source technology all the time. In fact, I believe in a duty to pay. In fact, on the panel I said, if you're using open source technology and you convert the leveraging of that technology into commercial value, you have a duty to pay. Don't be part of the 96% of people or the 99% of people who use free open source technology and then don't convert that your value into a commercial value for the people who developed it. Okay? So no, I am not anti-open source in any way, shape, or form. It's ridiculous. Am I a bigot? I mean, that's a broad term. What am I? I'm bigoted against serial killers. I am bigoted against people who hurt others. But am I bigoted against people based on who they love? No, not even in the least bit. I'm a very reasonable person. My belief system is very much just right of center. I guarantee there are things that I believe in and support politically that would shock a lot of people. Okay? Just because I'm a capitalist who goes on and advocates for a strong middle class, which means I have to advocate for strong family values, 2 parents in the home. I didn't say 1 man and 1 woman. I said 2 parents in the home. Because that's what the data shows us. The data doesn't show, I mean, if you go ahead and you look at kids who are the children of same-sex parents versus kids who are the children of heterosexual parents, there's no difference in the outcomes as long as they have both parents. Addiction rates, incarceration, education, success rates, there's no difference. Like, it's not even within the margin of error. It's literally nearly identical outcomes. Nearly identical outcomes. And I'm a data guy. So at the end of the day, I believe people should be able to marry who they love. And I believe we owe respect to all people. So clearly, I'm not a fucking bigot. I can't believe I'm only addressing it. I wouldn't even address it. I'm addressing it only because of the DMs I'm getting, and people are asking me, why aren't you going after this guy? The answer the reason is I don't punch down. Okay? I can be a dick. I will, if you're on my level or you're above my level, that is in terms of the power structure and socioeconomically and influence, yeah, you wrong me, I'll fucking destroy you. But this guy is clearly struggling. Like, what kind of human being would I be if I started attacking him? Just because of his lack of health, his struggling in mental health, he's attacking me. That's like walking on the street and a guy with schizophrenia yells at me and I fucking yell back and punch him. No, I'm the healthy one. I'm the one who's supposed to take the high road, and that's what I'm doing. So what I am asking everyone is, if you have a question about my belief system, like, hey, if you want to know what I stand for in open source or what I stand for in social issues, I don't know why anyone would give a shit what I believe socially. But if you want to know, I will answer the question. But what I will not do is I'm not going to punch down. And I don't think you should either. So my recommendation is do what we've all done in our organization now. I'm the last person. There are a lot of people in this community that I respect who have asked me, hey, dude, just block this guy. I blocked him already. He's lost his mind. I have had a lot of people reach out. Why are you engaging with him? You're just giving him oxygen. And don't comment on his post because you have a huge following and a lot of people see it. And I'm like, because I believe in being reasonable. But I only recently realized how unwell he is and how much he's struggling. And he has a martyr complex now. He wants to be a martyr. And we all choose our own paths. And I'm choosing mine. And my encouragement to you is take the high road and never punch down. All right, that's it. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.